Patrick, is your mic?
Okay, welcome to this week's edition
working.
of the BarroomBlitz.com. I am Jim Casey. I'm the host of the Barroom Blitz here. Taped live in front of a beer drinking audience here. Brought to you by the powers of Bud Light. We bring you unique sports look into the world, rogue opinions on the sports topics of the week.
Go Sixers!
We got our panelists tonight, our esteemed panelists. We got Damarama. A little mixed up. He's got Casey's on and the Flyers tonight after a disappointing look.
I'm giant up.
Glenn,
Go
Cheeks
Jets.
Keller. That's more like Cowboys colors or Detroit Lions colors.
Well, that's the exact color of their pants. All right?
Yeah, whatever.
Which was the ugly colored
Right.
pants, but no.
And I got Michael Patrick with capital P.
Oh, he's here?
The capital P. I just want you guys to know you can also check out, we have blogs up there. Some people have been slacking and not writing blogs. But Don,
I fell asleep on
from
my
what I
last
understand,
blog.
Chris Wams will have one up tomorrow.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Something specific?
I think the Sixers. I think
wow.
a team to watch, which we have talked about the last couple weeks, and we will talk about again tonight, which is unusual for the panel here. But we have to bring up two things right away. We have to bring up first away the passing of a legend. Joe Paterno passed away on Saturday/Sunday morning.
It is a shame.
It's a shame the way it went out, and there's a couple things I think we'll bring up later. I mean, I have a couple things for the show later, and we just found out that Andy Musser has passed away.
Yeah,
legendary.
Andy Musser.
I mean, I don't know if you know Andy Musser too well, Patrick. I think he was pretty much retired by the time he came in actually with Harry Kalas.
Later 80s, yeah.
No, he came in 71 with Harry Kalas.
Yeah, but
he was like the radio guy.
He was a setup guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was
He
on
was
the
a sideline
show.
reporter type.
He would set it up like they did a show. He would.
But it was a nice change-up. Like, that was back when they did TV, and everybody had, like, 2 innings, and then they switched.
He had a very calm voice.
Right. Very
Andy Musser
soothing.
had a calm voice. He was a broadcaster. He knew what was going on. He could have went. I think he did go with Channel 10 a little.
Little bit, like,
Did
sports
something a
reporting,
little
like
there. I don't know how he made it.
It's like commentary. He was a little bit of commentary with Channel 10 before
I've
it got
never heard a bad thing
big.
about the man.
Yeah, so he died. I don't know exactly what he died of. It was a shame.
Heart failure there.
Oh, okay.
So, 74.
His heart stopped beating. That's how he
There you go. All right, well, let's move on. The topic, we have 2 teams going to the Super Bowl. Let me say, I tell you, the games were good.
They were good games. I will give it that.
I agree with Pete.
Yeah, I hate the results, but...
Well, you wanted somebody different, but we got a rematch. We got Giants and the Patriots come out winners. Let's discuss. We'll go with the Giants game since that's the teams we're more familiar with. If there's nothing worse in this world as sitting next to a Giant fan when they're on their way to a Super Bowl when they kick an overtime winning field goal.
And how ugly did it all set up?
But let's talk the game.
it's
Kyle Williams, Harbaugh, don't let him out there.
Well, that wasn't his spot normally.
No, well, Ted gets hurt.
Obviously, then find somebody else that can catch a punt.
At that time of
After
year,
the guy dived and caught the punt, you were like, maybe he shouldn't be out there in this crucial game. You know what I mean? Like,
The
who does that?
stats don't have him giving negative 14.
Yeah.
Well, here,
the Giants.
this is what they said after the game, that the Giants knew they could rattle him because he had a concussion or 2 earlier in the season, and they knew if they just like breathed down his throat, they could rattle him.
He was
but that-
calling fair catch.
But I mean,
they were 8 yards away
who
from
studies a special teams rookie that hasn't caught a ball since like week 2
That's-
that they know?
Coughlin?
Yeah.
I don't know how much I
Obviously.
buy of that.
That's what
Yeah,
they said
I'll tell
after
you
that.
right
Was
now.
right
Yeah.
after the game on one of the radio stations on the way home.
Well, the first fumble he had, what was he doing near the ball?
Exactly.
I mean,
Get away!
Get
I
up,
said
get
that's the
away from
first thing I said. If the ball bounced twice, stay away. Let it go. It didn't care if it goes to the 1 yard line. Stay away from the guy.
At that point, I would say, you know what, you might not be my man. But
Right, because he
no,
already
we
had
gotta
problems the
continue.
one before.
Yes, the one before was shaky. You're not
Number 2, you're out. You're done.
and
Put
the
Crabtree
defense-
back. Don't put anyone back. Rush 11.
What a
The
Try to block
defense
it.
To let him.
fired up too. Fired up
Yeah.
all over Eli, shutting him down.
At least
and it's tough.
they must have listened to my beef last week because they let the D-backs play in this game
Yeah,
because there was a
exactly.
lot of bumping. They should bring that back. That's so much better.
It was
I
aggressive
agree.
football.
It was a great game. Like, defensively, I mean, the Niners are no joke defensively. Like, their linebackers
their
were
defense.
awesome.
Both defenses were all over
Oh,
the field. And a couple
Patrick
questions
Willis.
I have in the game. What happened to Alex Smith? They didn't let him throw the ball at all.
it's-
Every throw was to Vernon Davis.
Well, was that...
Or
12
Gore.
completions.
Yeah.
Well, but they let him throw the
Dougie.
ball.
12 completions, Dougie. Oh, no, Jimmy.
What,
Dougie.
24, 25 attempts at that?
12 completions.
Yeah, but they were all to Vernon Davis.
I
Yeah.
just felt they abandoned the run too quick, though. I mean, it seemed like the last part of the game.
Well,
They
I'm
just
saying
stopped
when
running
they
the
and they
ball.
had a couple of them like nice little dump off screens and stuff, and they didn't use it. They didn't utilize what they.
Yeah, it seemed like they had no wide receivers.
And
I think they had one pass to
Crabtree.
a wide
Well,
receiver.
Crab they threw a couple later, and there was a couple McNabb
But there
skip passes
one
out there.
completion.
Right,
That's
it's Crabtree.
that's pathetic.
Then the guy Walters, who's like I guess a backup tight end, he had 2, and then Vernon Davis, I forget how many he had. I had
3
that.
for
Well,
like
I'm going to tell you
120.
one
Yeah,
thing.
that's horrible.
The line was controlled by the Giants. There's no doubt. Because Alex Smith had like 40-some yards running away from everybody.
Yeah, but it was like almost
Yeah.
like they put Alex Smith in a position like Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
If you don't get your first free, take off.
Oh, that's what it was.
And when he's
Yeah, but
running,
don't
he
do that. Let
cannot-
that kid. He had a great game. He could. We
threw
saw
2
him.
touchdowns.
We saw him put up points last week against New Orleans,
Which-
and a lot of points.
But
Which
one
isn't a great
receiver.
defense.
One
Yeah.
receiver.
No, I know
The
that,
thing about the
but-
Saints game, they weren't chasing him out of pocket like the Giants were.
I
Like,
mean, I know he missed
can't
that
throw
one.
and run.
He missed that one
cannot
down the
throw
middle
and
of the field, though.
Wide open.
Wide open. I mean, he just chucked it. But the,
But
you
like
know.
you said, the bump and run was aggressive, and that's when a tight end can break free because
Right.
he's strong enough, and that's
Right.
what
Well,
happened.
it's also pretty sad when your fastest player is your tight end.
Well, and Vernon Davis
you need
did.
some new wide
Vernon
receivers.
Davis did cost you 30 yards,
Oh, yes.
and they were an important 30 yards.
Yeah.
That
Vernon
one.
Davis is a beast. He's that probably.
Yeah,
the
but
fastest
he
NFL
lost
kid.
control. He went
Yeah.
back to Vernon Davis of old. Like, you
Yeah.
know, this was his chance to shine and become the guy that everybody thought he was going to be. Because everybody knows he's a good
There's
tight end.
no
Oh,
reason
And
to
they,
go
they
up
know
on
he's
that.
one of the top 3 or 4 tight ends.
Why
in the league.
is that a penalty to go up on the podium and you can leap into the stands?
Well, they
and
said
clam
No,
that was
the podium-
grandfathered in.
The podium
I have
is
a
a
question about
is a
that.
prop.
I have a question about
that's
that though,
ridiculous.
because they said it
The Lambeau leap.
But what about the Reliant leap
Yeah,
that
Houston
they do
has
in
one.
Houston?
Good-
Yeah,
good
how's
prop.
that grandfather then?
Yeah.
Here's my question.
Was it-
Hand the ball to the ref and run to the sideline.
Exactly.
Barry
Well,
Sanders.
Put the ball
like,
down, rugby style. You run in, you just
Please.
drop the ball.
That-
This is a real
That was one of my
important game.
all-time
Or some-
great top 10 lists for the NFL Network.
What?
When they did top 10 touchdown celebrations, number 1 was Barry Sanders.
Sanders
Yeah.
just
Act
handed
like
the
you've been
ball.
there before.
Yeah.
All the time.
Exactly.
But I mean,
I knew it. I seen the flag.
I knew it right away.
Yeah.
As soon as he jumped up on that podium, I said, "That's the
I said to
15-yarder."
Devin, I go, look, there's a flag.
And then
That's a prop.
they got a run back, and I think they got a field goal out of it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but they came right down the
It
field because
didn't help.
instead of starting on the 15, the guy got a 15-yard run back, and they started on the 30 and gave him a short field.
Yep.
You know, but
Victor
then the one
Cruz-
later, and at the end of the second, the one where he jumped on the guy's back out of nowhere.
That-
You know?
Well, that was in they were fighting.
It was
And
a
he
scrum on the thing, and
right.
you
He-
know the
he came in
referee.
late.
The referee gave away. He said the scrum was a scrum, then no penalty.
Right.
But it was the extracurricular jumping on another guy's back, you know, and
He
putting him in a
couldn't-
headlock.
Yeah, he didn't need to do
You also,
that.
No.
you also got to give credit to the Giants that even knowing they were going against the Niners and no one runs the ball in the Niners, they did not abandon the run the entire game. Bradshaw, even though he was getting 1 yard,
Where
every
was
time he ran-
Jacobs?
Jacobs stinks. He's done.
I don't know.
But
74 for Bradshaw, 74 for
like
Gore.
Gore.
It was like even.
It was a great. It was a very
Yeah.
evenly matched.
Bradshaw had like six or seven receptions.
Yeah, I don't know
though.
what Jacobs.
But
problem-
there's one guy we forgot to mention in this
Jacobs
game.
had like
Just
13
Eli.
yards.
Victor Cruz.
No, Mr. Manning
Yeah.
is a true quarterback.
Wow, he was.
He got banged up.
Most road playoffs.
But he hit Victor Cruz 142 yards,
Yeah.
10 receptions.
And
Let me
this
tell
guy
you,
is for
that is
real.
the birth. That is the birth of the big wide receivers
Oh, there's
back
no
in the
doubt.
NFL.
No
You
doubt.
know what I mean? Because they're, you know, all those receivers. Manningham's a big dude.
Yep.
Victor Cruz. Nick's was hurt.
Nick's got hurt with his shoulder.
Nick's
and
hurt.
That's
He
why
came
Cruz
back
started
and caught
racking up
some.
those
Well,
yards.
Nick's got hurt because they were aggressive on him. He's not
Yeah.
quick, but Victor Cruz was so quick. He,
Yep.
he's a quick receiver. He can come out, and it was timing
Well,
patterns.
those big receivers.
Well,
I mean,
you know
Peyton
how-
Manning, I mean,
His
Eli
receptions
Manning.
were out of the second half too. Coughlin again adjusting to what it cost with Victor
Still,
Cruz in the
Eli
second
Manning
half.
in a big game
Oh
comes
no,
up
he
again.
threw the ball. He threw the ball.
I can't stand
But
Eli
awesome.
Manning, but you have to give him the
Yeah,
credit,
but I mean,
man.
he
He's
got
big.
he got knocked down. What he got knocked? He got hit like I forget. Rushed 15 times, knocked down 9, sacked 6. Still throws for 316 yards.
And he
Drives him down the field. You
Didn't
know.
turn over one.
Do you
Nope.
think he's now an actual leader of this team?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
in prior years, him
Yes.
and Strahan
Because
and
you know what?
Tiki.
He got hit yesterday and he got frustrated. Even some of them third downs, but he converted a lot of third down plays. But he even got when he got up. I'll see find a third down here. That's somewhere. I don't have it. But he comes up and he's got that face. He's got that quarterback face where he's just.
Well,
all
he's
right.
still got that dumb Eli Manning.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he didn't.
Now he's-
he didn't give
now
any.
he's
He didn't
pissed.
give any of them he didn't give any of them sad faces or anything.
Problem
like,
is, can Eli Manning come out and throw 3 interceptions in the Super Bowl? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to throw that one down the middle of the field, and
I
someone's
know.
just
I'll
going
tell
to
you
come
right-
up and get it.
I
It's
don't-
just
I'll
I
tell
can
you right
see
now.
him like now he's so high. All of a sudden he just like
Crashes
Brady
and burns.
had his bad game.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about
the-
that next.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Look what everyone.
But I'm just
busted on
saying this.
Flacco.
This has got you
Flacco
got to
looked
put Eli Manning up there. He's like the 4th ranked.
He
he
put
might-
it out
Give
there
him
this
his
year.
give him his
He
credit.
said
Yeah.
he thought he was an elite quarterback, and you know what?
He is.
He backed it up this year. You
Yeah,
gotta give him
and
credit.
if he wins another one,
Oh,
he's-
I do not want to
You
hear
know what's
that.
sick about it though? At the
You know
beginning of
how
this
long
year,
we will hear that?
You would have taken Vic over Eli Manning at the beginning of this year after the numbers he posted. All
Sure.
the
You
interceptions.
would have. I would have.
So a lot of people would take Vic, even
Because
Giants.
you
fans.
like Vic. Because
Well,
you're a
I'm-
Vic lover.
I am a Vic lover, but you look at what Eli's done this year.
he
it's
also likes
ridiculous.
dogs.
Yeah, I know. He likes.
Have you
I
ever
don't know.
seen any of the girls he's been with?
Hey,
Woo!
that's
not right.
I have a good comeback, but I'm not going to use it on air.
All right, well, why don't we grab a Bud Light and we'll be right back and we'll talk about the other game from Foxborough, Massachusetts. We'll be right back with more Barroom Blitz.
Dot.
.com.